We have changes, apparently. Do we read these? Class tuning. All right, let's see. Apocalypse ghoul damage. Cool. So PvE changes for DK. So these are the PvE stuff. But obviously it's going to go into everything. So general changes. So DK got a damage buff. They buffed Fellblade the Hunt. They buffed Demon Hunter damage. Buffed Pyre. So this doesn't do anything. These are important. These don't do anything. Marksman. Trick shots, damage percentage, razor, fragments, AoE. So they're buffing the AoE, but then they're also, okay, so they're buffing Dark Ranger for Marksman now too, okay? They buffed Veneration for Holy Pally. That's interesting. Veneration kind of sucks right now because Hammer Ratchet doesn't do enough damage. Buffed Consecrate damage. Oh, wow. They actually mega nerfed Tempered in Battle. Oh my god, all the Lightsmith Pallies are so sad. All the Lightsmith Pally cheesers are so sad. All the cheesy Lightsmith Pallies, dude. So you can no longer, your Spirit Link effect, which is Tempered in Battle, no longer activates while you're in CCE. That's crazy. Holy Priest, they buffed Flash Heal again. Dude, they buffed Flash Heal again. Oh my god. Buffed Flash Heal again. Buffed Holy Fire 15%. So Flash Heal buff is big. Holy Fire, you don't really get to do damage on Holy Priest, but I mean, you'll take it. Surging Totem mana cost reduced. That's pretty good for Totemic. I think Totemic Shamans, like a lot of people play that now. You don't even press the spell, even when you play the mana talent. So now it's probably going to be better to press, or like easier to press, I would say. Cool. Haunt damage, not applied to PvP. Focus, Malignancy, now causes Rapture, deal 25% increased damage to target suffering from UA. Was 15, not applied to PvP. They buffed Oblivion. This does apply to PvP. Okay. More UA damage. Siphon Life now increases corruption damage. Why did they buff Blood Decay damage in PvP? Oh, I guess because they're buffing the hero talent. Okay, I guess that makes sense. But they're buffing the hero talent of blood. They're buffing Deathbringer, which is Blood and Frost. So, okay. 80% effective. Lunar's Calling. They buffed Resto Druid healing by 5% overall. Okay. I mean, I think Druid is honestly kind of like pretty close to being good. So I feel like 5% would definitely make them pretty solid. Like they already feel solid right now. 5% more healing will definitely help them. So that's they're definitely going to be better without a doubt. They nerfed Deep Red damage for AUG. Bolts and Embers increased damage taken from black spells up to 20% was 40. Okay, so they actually nerfed AUG. AUG was like randomly one-shotting people again. So okay. Burden of Power now increases the damage of your next Power Blast or Arcane Blast by 40%. PvP was 20. Okay, so they buffed Sun Fury, which is Arcane or Fire. Buffed Conduit of the Celestial's healing. So right now, Mistweaver's only, Mistweaver's basically you play the Harmony one. Play Master of Harmony or whatever it's called. So maybe you'll play Celestial Conduit now. I don't know. Even if Conduit does a lot of healing, it's really weird to have to channel a spell for 4 seconds. But maybe Mistweavers will play this again. I'm not sure. 50% buff is pretty big. Fist of Fury damage. They buffed Windwalker again. Windwalker got another... Okay, no, they nerfed Blackout Kick. Oh my god. I was going to say, we're buffing their damage again? Again? So they buffed Fist of Fury. I think Fist of Fury damage is pretty lacking, or is lacking pretty hard right now. So Fist of Fury damage, 30%. They nerfed Blackout Kick 15. Blackout Kick, if you don't know, was buffed previously, a few weeks back. Oh, they nerfed Karma. Oh. Fire Strike Shadow damage from Wisdom of the Wall increased. Don't even know what this is. They actually nerfed Touch of Karma for Monk. So more Fist of Fury damage, less Blackout Kick damage, nerfed Karma. I feel like this is okay considering how many defensives monks have. But I would say that I am worried. I don't know. Definitely sucks to be a monk. You just get nerfed on your Abyss defensive. But I feel like this is not that bad if you consider the entire meta. And the fact that Windwalker does really well with Druids. So, Druids getting buffed, Windwalker gets a nerf on their defensive. I mean, definitely sucks. It sucks if you're a Windwalker, like you just get nerfed and you feel like maybe you don't feel like it's deserving, but okay. Voidweaver, Inner Quietus increases powered shields absorption by 40%. PvP was 20. Okay, so Voidweaver has stronger shields now. With this buff. I feel like Oracle's still better, but Voidweaver maybe will have a place because if you're trying to be more aggressive or something. Maybe if you want to be more offensive. I don't know. Ellie, Tempest damage increased by 15%. Resto. Riptide healing increased by 15% in PvP combat. Healing Surge healing increased by 20% in PvP combat. So we're buffing Healing Surge again. We buffed Healing Surge 4 times now. And Riptide is getting a 15% buff. So, what that means, Shaman is definitely going to be stronger right off the bat. Riptide is always what you spam. I feel like this buff makes Farseer better than Totemic. Like, Totemic overall, I would say, has been performing better for most people. But I feel like the Riptide buff is huge for Farseer Shaman, because you're hitting Riptide way more as Farseer than you are Totemic. Okay. I mean, that's a pretty crazy buff. So right now, we buffed what? We buffed Holy Priest again. So we buffed Holy Priest again. We buffed Shaman, Mana Cost, and Totemic. So Resto Shaman buff. We buffed Resto Druid. We buffed Monk as well. So it looks like we just buffed the weaker healers. So Holy Priest, Resto Shaman, and Resto Druid all got buffs. All got buffs. And they also nerfed Lightsmith Pally, which I think is pretty toxic for the game too. So people are probably going to play Herald again, which they already were, but some people have been swapping over to Lightsmith. Okay, so I mean, I think overall pretty good for the healer balance. Do I think Shamans are going to be OP with a 15% Riptide change? No. They'll definitely be better. Depends more so on the DPS meta, but they're definitely going to be better. I think Resto is going to be OP with 5% more healing. It's arguable, but I would say I think they're just going to be really good now. I would say a step below really good, probably. 5% healing is really, really insane for a class like Druid that already does a lot of healing. So, I mean, I feel like the healer balance is just better here. They buffed Rend damage by 15%. They buffed Overpower by 20%. So, Arms Warrior just getting more damage, like more consistent damage, it seems. And then I don't even know what this is, just a passive, right? Okay, so Mountain Thane is getting... So, Fury's getting more damage on their Mountain Thane hero talent. Arms is getting more sustained damage with Overpower and Rend. Oh, I missed the Destro lock buffs. What? Okay, so they nerfed Wither damage for Hellcaller Destro, which most people play Hellcaller. Oh, they buffed Immolate Dot, and they buffed Chaos Bolt by 20%. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like that's kind of a scary buff to see. At least from this one perspective of... I've had a few lobbies with Destro locks where, for whatever reason, nobody can stop Bolt, and they actually terrorize everyone. So 20% on Bolt. All right, cool. I mean, Destro will definitely be better. 20% on their main damage. Their main casted damage, I should say, their burst. Wither nerf definitely sucks for them, I would say, because they have a lot of consistent damage there. But Bolt being scarier and then just more Immolate Dot is pretty solid for them, I would say, because I feel like Destro's already decent. Okay, I mean, big takeaways here. I would say it looks like we buffed lower represented DPS and we buffed lower represented healers. So Resto Druid, Destro lock, you could say... that we got a buff on Frost Decay again. We buffed Marksman Hunter again. Well, these are like general changes too. Buffed Demon Hunter again. DK got some love as well. And then we also buffed all the lower represented healers. So Shaman, Druid, Holy Priest. And then Mistweaver got buffed on their lesser played hero talents. Okay. Dude, honestly, I have no idea what the meta is going to be. Because I feel like the healer meta is still like Disc Priest, Monk, Pally are still going to be towards the top, but I feel like there is a chance for Druid specifically to sneak in. Shaman, I think it depends more so on the DPS and how tanky they can be, but the Shaman buffs are huge for just having more healing in general, of course. Don't think we'll see Holy Priest much more in terms of the threes meta, but all right, cool.